Hey guys, welcome back to my next art book preview video. This week we have The Art of Portraiture, a practical guide to better drawing with Stephen Bauman. I think that's how you pronounce his name. So a quick look at the front and the back there. You might have noticed that's quite a thick book. I just wanted to show that. This is the soft cover version, so let's get straight into this. So the paper to this one is quite a textured matte paper. So hopefully it won't be too shiny on camera with the lighting like glossy pages can be. And a quick look at the contents there. I always say in my videos it might be worth pausing the video and taking a look at the contents. This one in particular is quite a big and detailed contents. There's a lot included. As mentioned, quite a lot of pages. So it may be worth pausing the video and really taking a look through. Because I always say that I make these videos more of like a book preview so that you can see what's included in the books. So yeah, you might find that helpful. As well as that, this is a 3dtotal book, so always take a look on their website if you want more information, because they actually do give quite a lot of information on the website of what the books include. As well as that, I think they sometimes give previews and stuff like that, which is what I'm doing here. So as mentioned, it's quite a big book. That means there is going to be quite a lot of text throughout as well. I would describe this, from what I've seen so far, as quite an academic book. Very good information, and I know that without a doubt just because I am familiar with some of Stephen Bauman's tutorials and videos and things like that. But yeah, there's quite a lot of text, but on most pages it's more of like a small paragraph to go with the diagram or the illustration, which I think is quite good. For me personally, I need things broken down into like bite-sized text, otherwise I just lose interest. And we're starting with foundation, which includes a lot of lighting, and I've noticed when I look through there's a lot about value, things that I think are actually really important. So these kind of ones, in terms of lighting at least, they remind me a little bit of like a James Gurney book, probably like an artist's essential. You don't meet many artists that haven't read that book at some stage. So the information I think looks quite good. I did only just get this through today, so I haven't studied from this book, so bear that in mind. This is just me sort of flicking through it at the same time. I did have a really quick flick through before recording just because I wanted to check what the contents were. As mentioned, I did like the emphasis on simplification, values, the foundations, all that good stuff that we all know we should be studying. And in case you are not familiar with Stephen Bauman's work, he does have a large following on Instagram. As well as that, he has a Patreon, which I haven't supported, but I would imagine the content on there is very good from what I've seen. And then he also has a YouTube channel, so I will stick links to all of those things in the description box below as usual. As well as that, I'll put links to where I got this book from as well. It's not a particularly expensive book, to be honest, especially considering how much information is in here, or even just how many pages there are to this book. So yeah, I'll put links to that. I always say in a lot of my videos, when it comes to anatomy, I always think it's a sign of a good anatomy book if it starts with the skeletal structure, the fundamentals, the foundation, the structure, let's call it. And he does break things down into the skull and then goes into the muscle and, shows you basic shapes. This one here reminds me a lot of the like anatomy for sculptors books. So there's 3 in this series, but I just thought I'd show those 2 on camera quickly. Check the links to those in the description box below because they are really good videos. Like this, they break things down. That book in particular does a really good job of making it quite manageable. Again, for me, making it bite-sized chunks. So a really good example there of the skull with the mannequin, or the simplified model, whatever you want to call it. I would love a full book just of reference like this personally. I always think that's, something I would like to buy. So you've probably guessed from the images you've seen already, but I believe Stephen Bauman is primarily a traditional artist that works with graphite. I could be wrong because some of them could be charcoal. And I think of Stephen Bauman very much as a traditional artist, not just in the sense of traditional mediums, but traditional in the sense of the training, the classic training. This sort of like Watts Atelier, old masters type illustrations. So really high level stuff, I guess is what I'm trying to say. I've seen him a lot on the Stan Proko Penko channel, or the Proko channel. You guys will be very familiar with that. So yeah, the book is probably going to be primarily about working in graphite, but I bought this book because even though I'm not a portrait artist and I know the fundamentals or the basics, I always think I want to improve my skills further. And I think things like this book will probably still help to not only solidify the information I already know, but help to improve on that. I know that on the back it mentions this is suitable for any level of artist, so even beginners. But I will say that from me flicking through without reading through it properly, so take this with a pinch of salt, but I do think it's sort of quite like a deep dive into things. There's a lot of information here. Again, if you've done anything like the Proko anatomy course, it kind of reminds me of that in the respect of he really goes deep into it. These are quite advanced things. You're going to be studying this for a while. You're not just going to read through this book and have learned it all. There are exercises throughout as well, or at least towards the back. But I'm sure there's something for everybody at all levels. And yeah, what I was saying is I also think that these skills will translate over, even if some of the techniques are, maybe specific to graphite, I'm not sure. But when he's talking about things like values and things like that, we can all use them throughout all art. In fact, a lot of what he was talking about with the simplification as well can be applied to whatever you're drawing, not just portraits. So again, would I recommend this book? Well, I couldn't say because I haven't read through it, but hopefully you guys can pause the video at any point and read through the pages I have previewed, see if it's something you find suitable. Personally, I'm quite confident that this will be a very good informative book, just from knowing how good Stephen Bauman is. He's an incredible teacher. Again, I will put links to all of his stuff below, so definitely check that out. The price for this is good. I don't think there's a lot to lose, really. I think this should be in most artists' bookshelves. So that's it, guys. I hope you found this video useful. If you did, make sure you subscribe to the channel. It really helps me out a lot. Thank you for watching.